Ah, you're here. Sorry, I was just about to send some.
What did you find out?
Well, lots of the mercs themselves were surprisingly easy to catch. We just had someone dress up as such, but then it starts to get messy.
What? Why would someone want to kidnap?
It's anybody's guess at this point. In any event, apparently the guy. We're diverting manpower as we speak to try and.
Sure, let's go get to. Are you sure this is the right place? Something feels off.
I'm positive. But I don't understand why they're all unconscious on the ground.
Boss, we got more company.
Look, we were just doing what we were paid to do. You're punishing the wrong people.
What happened? Who beat you all up?
Wait, you mean you aren't?
With who?
First there was this flying brat. Didn't bother asking any questions, just...
I've got the confirmation I needed. This is the one who masterminded this whole plot. If you have any questions for him, now's your chance to ask them.
So why did you hire people to kidnap Sachin?
What do you think? 20 years ago, he upped and left to go and live a carefree... As if that's not bad enough already, he went and put his entire fortune in the care of the academia, along with a contract saying, that's my inheritance. By rights. You expect me to sit back and watch it go to someone else? Of course! Didn't he say he would be here somewhere, watching the championship? So, I figured I'd get some people to nab him. Then I make him change the contract. And if the academia doesn't agree to hand over the goods, I make him publicly announce that I'm his... No. The old fart knows how to stay hidden. I already thought he'd gone mad 20 years ago. Diadem of knowledge. You mean that... Well, I can tell you that it's very expensive. Weird things started happening after he brought it home, too. For example, also, before donating it to the academia, something was already seriously wrong with him by that point.
What do you mean, something wrong?
I only have a vague memory of it, since I was very young at the time. But when he finally did return, he was a changed person. I asked if I could see what he'd written, but he chased me out of the room. Later, part of me wonders whether he'd already stopped being my father by that point.
Okay, you can stop now. You're creeping Paimon out.
You can believe me or not. Doesn't matter to me. I told you all I know. Whatever it is that he's researching out there...
You finished? In that case, come with us. Well, we finally caught the guy behind all this. Do you still have any lingering concerns?
Yeah! Al-Haytham's notes do...
Scribe Al-Haytham looked into this matter. Understood. Well, if you believe there to be an...
That makes sense. Okay then, let's get back to the venue.
You're finally back. Where have you been? I looked everywhere for you.
We were out capturing some bad guys who wanted to... But that's not important right now. We think there might be something wrong with the Diadem of Knowledge, and we'd like...
The diadem? That seems unlike... The diadem of knowledge has been used in every extravaganza over the last 2 decades, always without incident. Okay, here's the situation. The diadem is in the 3rd round. Contestants have to go into Mount Ima Forest, find the diadem, bring it back, and place it on the stand. Considering how close the scores are between our contestants, whoever wins this round is... As such, I suspect competition to be very fierce. I'll mark the diadem's location for you. Please head there and...
All right, let's go. That's weird. The locator stopped working. Is the forest interfering with it? Ugh. Let's just go grab the diadem. Uh-oh. This place looks empty. Did someone already take it? Well, we might as well head back and see if anyone's turned it in.
Oh, looks like Layla has seized the diadem. But getting to the goal won't be easy.
That guy enters the fray.
Horizon's device has gone haywire.
The competition is heating up. Oh. And here's Kaveh bringing up the rear.
It's Kaveh's toolbox! Throwing the diadem to its owner!
Yes, that's right. Put the diadem in place, and you shall gain all you desire.
Who are you? I need you to get out of my head!
I am confident that you will not disappoint me.
What just happened to me?
Something's wrong.
At long last. Come, Kaveh.
How do you know my name?
I am Sachin. Well, to be precise, fate is a curious thing. Seeing you reminds me of another I once met. But you are made of sterner stuff. We meet for the first time, children. But what I mean to say, you have all performed outstandingly in this Interdarshan challenge. But if I were to choose a successor, I would choose you, Kaveh.
Me?
Why, yes. Both of us have 28 years ago. I came to the desert and lived there for 8 full years. What do you think I saw there? Alas, conflict over water sources, robbing of merchant caravan. The things I witnessed there tormented me greatly. I wished desperately to find a way.
So...
As a Vahumana scholar, I tried to use Vahumana knowledge. I researched history and anthropology, performed countless experiments on human nature, and even... But in the end, I found it was not possible to simply assign blame for these transgressions to any one party. For the sins are caught. The aim of my research was to draw lessons from history. But what I did after this realization, I could no longer see the meaning in anything that I had. But before I went through with it, a strange twist of fate led me to come into the possession of this diadem.
As I thought. The contract you signed with the Academia was an S, but if you'd given up hope on this world, why did you feel...
I mentioned that I had performed a great many experiments concerning... The Academia has no shortage of genius talents, nurturing the brightest minds of every generation.
I see. So you desired a successor who was not only a genius, but who also understood the suffering of ordinary people.
Huh?
But did you ever consider that wealth numbs the human heart to the pain in the world? Even an idealist may be...
You are highly intelligent, yet you are not the sort of person who would understand whether my successor suffers as a consequence of my research, or succumbs to an indulgence. I grieve the fundamental sickness of the world. I regret the unbearable weight of its history, and I lament the research that and this, Kaveh, my dear child.
You're absolutely certain that you want to give me everything you own?
I have faith in what I see in you. Now wear the diadem, Kaveh, and complete the journey that I could not. Will the verdict I reached cause you suffering, or will this newfound wealth numb your heart? I look forward to your answer. All of my research materials are being stored at
Huh?
I've heard enough! My life's enough of a mess already. The last thing I need is more suffering. Keep your Mora. I don't need it. Didn't you say that you saw a lot of people in pain? Well, if that's the case, then your wealth can go to them. I guess.
Kaveh.
Are you all right? Any physical discomfort?
I'm fine. Thanks, Tainari. Don't worry about...
Don't push yourself too hard.
Kaveh.
Kaveh may have broken the diadem, but he successfully completed the task prior to that. According to the rules, this makes him the victor of round 3. As the champion and Sachin's personally designated successor, Kaveh has obtained the rights to inherit For the avoidance of doubt, can you confirm that...
Like I said, he thought that the world is a bad place. Rejecting the world will achieve nothing. He and I...
All right. As the scribe, the sages will contact you in person for details on how exactly
That sounds fine. I don't know if his research findings were right. But what I do know is that by ending this here, we won't be the last. There will be more championships to come. Sachin's words can only cause pain. But we're all scholars here. I know full well that shutting down his views like this is autocratic and it's the least I can do. And...
Well said. What you've expressed is a sense of justice and idealism that many... I say this despite the fact that, in my view, it's quite ridiculous. Nevertheless, Your perspective is well suited to appearing in a victory speech.
What? Please. I don't need. Anyway, this isn't the time or place for debates. Keep your commentary focused on the competition, not my views.
Congratulations, Kaveh.
Looks like the ceremony will be held at the main venue. Let's head over and check it out.
With the wind.
Thank you all for your excellent performance. And that brings this year's Finally, it gives me great pleasure to invite our champion. Typically at this point, we would crown our champion with the diadem as... However, we have just received word that Kaveh has inherited Sachin's estate.
Sachin's estate?
So much more.
Kaveh's generosity will give many struggling families the chance, of course, without the diadem and prize money to present. This makes the award ceremony a little more concise than expected.
I'm not entirely sure what I should say under these circumstances. I'm glad to have won. As for why I want to give the Mora away, I don't support Sachin's views, and I don't want to take his Anyway, this isn't really the time and place for such weighty and complicated topics.
Oh, Kaveh, just one moment. While this is a short and sweet award ceremony, we do still have a prize to present you with. Please take this limited edition Genius Invocation T. Additionally, your champion status will be logged in your record. This means that the sages will give priority.
All right, I'll take the card.
In that case, I declare the award ceremony over.
I still don't really get it. The sum of Mora would have been...
That just means you're not strange enough to understand the way that geniuses think.
Glad that's over. I think I'm quite good at giving speeches, but...
Do you mean that you're still exhausted from the competition? Honestly, you don't look happy at all.
I suppose...
So you're gonna give it to him? But if it's a rare one,
Why would I do that? It's of no use to me whatsoever.
Whoa, whoa! This is a super big deal!
Huh? But I was gonna rest for a while longer. Hey, stop pulling!
What you looking at, Sino?
I'm still thinking about the Sachin issue.
Well, they gave me this limited edition genius...
But it's a limited edition.
What else would I do with it?
But it's limited edition.
Oh, that's not what I meant at all. Yes, I have all sorts of problems.
All right. But now that I realize that you have no concept of its value, how about this? I shall buy it from you at a fair price.
Oh, come on. It's just one card. How much could it really be worth?
1 million more at the very...
How much?
1 million more?
If you feel that's too low.
1 million more for a card? But you already have a whole bunch...
Not every card is this valuable, and some cards are...
Huh. Well, I guess they must pay you, but really, it's fine. I
don't feel bad. I save a lot.
You don't spend all your savings on your hobbies, do you? You should watch that.
Sounds like you're speaking from personal experience. In that case, maybe you're the one who should be listening to your advice. In any case, I, Sino, will take this precious card, and it shall join the...
All right, if you insist. Far be it from me to refuse your courtesy any further. Well, at least I'll...
Well, this is what they call Paimon wonders how the other contestants are doing. I'm telling you, you can't go wrong taking advice from me on what to wear. Back in the day, my fashion style was considered cutting edge.
Really? Well, then, sure.
Farazan! Nilu! Even DM!
Candace and I bumped into these two while we were strolling. Madame Farazan here's pretty friendly.
I don't really see anything Let's go with the plain fabric as our base. And embroider red.
Oh, wait a sec. You sure that's the latest?
Don't worry. This style is a timeless.
No thanks.
Wait. Madame Farazan's right. That style is a classic. And used to be, if you don't mind. How about I pick some clothes out for everyone? It's not often that.
Sure.
I'll come with you to have a look. One always
Madame Farazan? Come quick! She's over here!
Who are you?
We're new in the academia. We saw all the amazing things you did during the
Of course I do.
That's great! We can't wait.
I'm from Haravatat.
Huh? But you seem like an expert in machines. Wait, their classes are so boring, though. I'm sorry, ma'am.
I knew it. What about you? Aren't you going to leave with your friend?
I think you're amazing, Madame Farazan. I can take the class you're teaching as an option, even though cross-darshan lessons might be
I see. You're a good egg, child.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Well, I won't disturb you.
I don't quite understand what happened there.
Traveler, Paimon, would you two like to come?
Sorry, we can't. We've got a meal with Kaveh later, and we have to check in with all the other Oh, by the way, have any of you seen Hakka?
I don't know where Hakkai went. We just saw, but she was hanging out with some other Ratahoa students, so we didn't get a chance to speak.
Ratahoa students? They must be the one. Oh, she didn't end up winning, so Paimon wonders how they feel. I'm sorry, everyone.
Oh, stop it. If you're going to beat yourself up after doing as well as you did, how bad does that make us look, huh?
I didn't see the whole thing, but you were the only contestant who scored points in both. And I heard that you actually found the diadem first.
I just got...
That can't be true. You had some really stiff competition out there. Getting points off them is a huge achievement. The way...
thanks a lot. But I really don't think I qualify.
Ah, come on. Don't be so hard on yourself. Let's go. Cheer up, Layla.
Looks like things are going well for Layla. We haven't seen Hakkai since the...
Phew.
Are you sure you have enough to cover this? Don't blow it all at once.
Don't worry, I budgeted very carefully, and this is well within my means. Anyway, I've lost count of how many times you've treated me. It's Oh, Traveler, Paimon, over here!
Ooh, look at all this! Good food, here we come!
I heard that you went to see the other contestants. How's everyone doing?
Farazan found herself a student, and Layla's classmates are bowled over by how well she did. We couldn't find Hat Guy, though. Who knows where he's gone?
Al-Haytham's gone missing in action, too. Huh. The one time I'm actually in a good enough mood to treat him to a nice meal, he disappears without a trace. That guy. Where the heck could he have gone? I still have... Well, whatever. He can do what he wants.
You shocked me a little when you hurled the diadem to the ground. On further reflection, of course, it made sense, but at the time I was expecting it.
Sachin's voice started talking to me inside my head from the moment I picked it up. I could feel his emotions, too. It was a mix of despair and horror swirling around inside my mind. He bombarded me with his ideas relentlessly. Like he was trying to brainwash me. Like I was saying at the time, his views are not necessarily completely without value. But if all his research does is lead to misfortune...
If his forbidden research were to spread in a harmful form and cause people to...
I think you did the right thing. I suppose another way to approach it would have been to claim that you agreed to inherit his research. I won't comment on his theories or experiments, but I don't believe that he was careless in his choice of candidate.
Perhaps. I just think that if you accept someone else's things, you should...
That's a good thing. It means that you have integrity.
Thank you, oh my god, thank you. It's a good thing Al-Haytham isn't here right now. He'd be quick to explain why you're...
Seems like you always include him in the conversation.
Yep. No dinner with Kaveh is complete without a few...
I sense that Al-Haytham has in fact been...
He's here? Where?
He lives rent-free in
That was horrifying.
Good thing you didn't say that before we started eating.
All right, enough about Al-Haytham. Tainari, did you...
I did. In the first round, in fact. Word of mouth proved very effective. I spoke to a handful of people. Oh, are you free next month? You should come along.
About what? I don't know the first thing about...
Just play to your strengths. For instance, you could talk about the distinguishing features of rainforest architecture. Or...
Oh, well, that's no problem. Has everyone had enough to eat?
I'm full. I'm super full, too.
Yeah, we should do this more often. Work will always be there, but seeing friends is important.
Sounds good. We should pick a few other...
There are other good places around here, too? Oh, and don't forget...
Kaveh, do you have plans after this?
I was thinking of maybe going to the Academia for some alone time. Nothing set in stone, though. Why do you ask?
I'm not drunk. Not yet.
It looks like this Inter-Darshan Championship's a wrap. All that stuff with Sachin and the diadem got sorted too. Oh, right. Yeah, Sachin said that he placed his research materials. It might be dangerous if someone finds his old... Holy smokes, you're right. He said he spent all the time. All right then, let's head off to Aravu.
Didn't expect to run into you here.
Oh, hey, them. What are you... And... What are you...
Sachin's notes? Yeah, I came across his profile while I was organizing some If it wasn't for that, I never would have agreed to being a commentator. I had a hunch after seeing the
Wait! So, are you alright?
I think you may have misunderstood something. The reason Sachin chose that architect to inherit his research was that only he could really empathize with both. Only one who resonates with these sentiments would suffer and begin to think of history as bleak. The empathy is a double-edged sword. Clearly, empaths have many friends, and their wide social circle comes with certain societal advantages. But this also makes it hard for them to achieve their goals.
Why's that?
All important things in life involve other people. As such, it's extremely difficult to. If you really want to achieve your goals, you have to be prepared to make enemies, and that reality is like the material here. Objective, heavy.
So, what are your thoughts now that you've read?
As a scholar, Sachin was without a doubt a genius. He laid the blame for the darkness in the world squarely on humanity, experimented extensively with reliable results, and drew
So, people are bad? And things can only ever get worse? All of that's true?
That is not a question for me to answer. Someone else will. All I will say is that the world is not built on correctness alone. Sometimes, lofty ideals may provide no defense at all against nihilism. By their own choice, the idealist seeks to bring happiness to all while denying themselves the same. I've never been able to agree with certain philosophies, even Sachin himself. But sadly, all viewpoints will find their supporters. All right then, I got what I came for.
Wait, so you came here just to read this stuff? You missed out on a big get-together, you know.
Get-together?
Guess what? Kaveh treated—
Then I'm sure he packed up the leftovers for me. See ya.
And there he goes. Well, it seems like he really wasn't affected by this research. He said that someone else would answer our question. Traveler, Paimon, you're already here. Nihina! Oh, and that guy. Wait, so you asked him to take part in the championship? Yes, it was me. Are you surprised? Because Sachin's research is not mistaken. He spent his entire life researching this. These are the crystallization of his wisdom. Yes, I was worried that the material might cause some disruption, so instead, I had Hat Guy here help me keep an eye on things.
Seriously? I think you can stop calling me that now.
Why? Don't you like it? Well, anyway, if Sachin's chosen successor hadn't been able to handle his research, or if it—
And after all that, the person Sachin chose—
I was also hoping that this could be an opportunity for you to—
That wasn't necessary. I'm still paying you back for your help.
Nita, what did you mean by Sachin's research? Put it this way instead. Some people only see the mushroom on the shroom boar's back. Others see only the shroom boar's body, and they declare that the shroom boar is a boar. Still others look deeper inside and determine that these conclusions are all correct in their own way. But Paimon kinda gets it. The world is the same way. No one, not even I included, can understand it in its entirety. All of us are somewhere on the path toward truth within the confines of our limited knowledge. In truth, the most important thing isn't what state the world is in now, but what people hope it will. Ultimately, my duty as the God of Wisdom is to guide every form of wisdom.
That was a long speech. So what are you actually—
Because Kaveh, as the successor of this research, does not wish to see— But even though Sachin's research could be considered negative wisdom, it is still a building block of the truth. I also look forward to the day that a member of the Vahumana Darshan can not only comprehend his theory—
Vahumana doesn't have that kind of talent. Wait, you're not in— I don't remember signing up to become a scholar. Don't you think I'm useful enough to you as a prisoner?
Oh boy, here we... You think so? Well, to that, I would say that in Sumeru, I hope that your studies in Vahumana will help you deal with your own fate. I will review your final thesis myself.
Where were you while the rest of us...
I don't recall being obligated to report my work.
Did you go find another hidey hole to read in? You need to change your way.
Surviving on meals paid for by you would...
You? Whatever. It doesn't take a genius to guess what you've been up to. His way of doing things is disturbing, while you... Well, to be fair, your philosophy disgusts me too, but you and Sachin are nothing alike.
My personal interests aside, Sachin's legacy is not entirely meaningless. Also, thanks for the compliment. But I'm actually...
What do you mean? What topic of conversation could be more...
Well, based on what I've learned, Sachin and his disturbing way of doing...
What did you say? Wait, so... So that's why he thought I looked familiar.
I'm afraid so.
Good thing I shattered that diadem.
The boundaries of knowledge are ever expanding. Someone else will inevitably pick up the same line of reason.
Oh, not this again. Even if you're right and people are bound to fall into... You have to admit that the actions of one individual don't always predict the behavior of the group, and vice versa.
And so is the one who stopped him. You. You said it yourself. The actions of one individual cannot predict the behavior of a whole group. You know that not...
Even so, I stand...
That's fine. We've been arguing over this for years, and I don't hold any hope of you understanding.
Thanks for letting me know all that.
What?
I said, thanks for letting me know.
They say that earnest thanks should be given thrice, so...